Okay, this is looking pretty good. I might try to, it's a very kind of flat shape here. I might try to sort of round this out a bit because it's really flat on the front, flat on the side. Um, so maybe kind of, um, let's go symmetry, symmetry, and Control F9 to convert to vertices, and then I'll switch to the normal direction. Hold on W, left mouse click, axis, normal. And just kind of push those in. Um, Probably too far. Maybe I'll deselect the ones on the top because that doesn't seem to be having a good result. That's better. And then I might do the same for these. Just shift double click there. Starting to round it out a little bit. Um, and then maybe like B for soft select. And again with the normal direction, kind of, well, these top ones again don't seem to have a good result there, so it just seems to push it out like to the sides and not just use regular object mode and kind of just pull this out a little bit. And then maybe similarly here, maybe increase my soft select a little bit more. Alright. It's just got a little more of a rounded shape now. And not so square. This is interesting. I would probably have the arms. This is not going to look good because you're going to have a lot of intersections going on. Wonder if we could figure out how to seamlessly connect these two. It's a little tricky because of the way this is built, but let's give it a shot. How many points display, heads up display, poly count, 14. Um, okay. 14 is a bit of a tricky number, I think. But let's see, let's take these out. Let's see what that is. That's 20, really. Well, let's circularize this first. And twist that to straighten it out. Just scale it this way to flatten it out and pull it out a little bit. Maybe scale it down some. Well, probably scale it down a lot. I'm trying to just kind of match the arm shape a bit. Okay, so now we said this one's, that's really 20. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to terminate some of this. So what's that? Oh, that's from, okay, I won't worry about that right now. Just trying to think in my head about how to do this in a clean way. Without making a bunch of bad faces. It also still looks sort of twisted. Well, we'll do it again after we get rid of some edges. There's a way to kind of turn these. Let's just merge a couple and see where we get. Mesh tools, target weld. Let's see where we're at now. 16, so we need a couple more. Okay, so that's 14. Not really happy with the triangles, but anyway, circularize this again, and maybe like that. And then we can combine these two, mesh, combine, and then I think this needs to be taller. Maybe a little bigger too. And grab this one, shift right mouse click, bridge. Hey! I think that's because symmetry's on. Let's turn that off. What? 14. Set. Oh, I had the number wrong the whole time because I had it on symmetry. Because it was counting the points on both sides. That makes more sense. Okay. Let me make sure this is off. I didn't think it was 40. Okay, so that's 10. So actually we could have more. Let's just make a bigger hole and see where that gets us to. Oh, 14, perfect. This was just way easier. No, all that trouble, and it was actually a really simple solution. Mesh, combine. And it just disappeared because I had isolate select on and it was considered a different surface when I combine it. So shift right mouse click bridge, there we go. And then if you want to do that for the other side, we'll just mirror it again. Oh, but you know what? You don't have a split down the center, which you probably really should. That shouldn't be too hard. Control Shift X, and then if I hold down Shift, it'll snap to the center. Yeah. And then just delete off this side. Let me just check my selection there. Okay. Put the pivot at the center somewhere. D and V, middle mouse drag to there. Shift right mouse click, mirror options. Turn off cut geometry. Turn on combine with the original merge border vertices. 0.001 mirror. So now the arms are, and then maybe after you've done that, you can get in here and add some. Let's turn on symmetry. Add a some edge loops. Maybe give it a little bit more shape. maybe you could use, ooh, what happened here? Did I do that? Or was that there before? I don't know. But something's gone wrong at the end here. I guess you don't see it underneath the hand, so. Ooh, something went real awry there. So I would just delete everything from there on down and then Control E. See if it lets us do some more divisions without freaking out. Nope, freaked out. Okay. And then, shape this a little bit and put a couple more in here and then shape these a little bit. You know. Yeah, that's weird. Is that supposed to be like a scar or something? I guess so. Let's look at the head by itself. Oof. Yeah, this looks like it needs a lot more attention. It's looking just looks like it needs to be shaped more, Um, like, rounding out the front of the head. Just B for soft select. I might deselect that, but grow this a little bit. I'm just trying to round this out some. The mouth seems to be in a kind of an extreme position right now. Maybe you can, let's just scale this in a bit. Turn off symmetry for that. So it's not quite so extreme. And kind of pull this back a little bit. It still looks pretty extreme. Yeah, I guess what I'm struggling with is kind of getting the mouth less closed. Well, keeping the face shape, Well, that's on, but it's not working now. Okay. Well, just mirror it. Oh, but you have your scar on one side. That might be why the mirroring's not working. There's no split down the center of this one, so that's not working. Let's just make sure those points are all exactly on the center line. W for move, make sure this is open. Absolute transform, 0 in the X direction. Right mouse click, object, shift right mouse click. Well, it's the same mirror options we had before. So now it's symmetrical, and I can continue to work on this. Alright. I'm not real happy about these faces here. They're many-sided faces. What you can do is if you do select selection constraint or use constraints, I should say, and then next selection n-sided while you're in face mode, and select this, and you can find all the faces that have many sides to them, and then you'll want to resolve those one way or the other. So um, like maybe that's kind of tight in there, but I just think this needs just more love and attention here, because let's make a little bit more space here. Shift right mouse click slide edge, and I might slide this one too to kind of round out that whole. Maybe slide that one back in. Yeah, I mean these should probably either continue or somehow terminate. But you definitely, this face is definitely not working for you. And then yeah, this all comes into a point here which isn't so great. I would probably it's a little hard to tell what the heck's going on here, but it's not working. I probably don't want this like star point here with everything meeting on the one point. And also we need something to kind of travel up through here. Well, symmetry just failed on me there. It's interesting. We could try mirroring it again, I guess. Oh, I have this on. Let's turn that back off. We should just be able to just mirror again. Shift right mouse click mirror, and hopefully put that back on. Wow. I'll just have to do it on one side and then mirror it. Yeah, this looks really problematic, the way this little triangle here. I don't know. I'm just trying to... Jeez. It's like these are all... These are kind of overlapping almost. Oh yeah, there's something not so great about the geometry here. Just trying to spread it back out again. Anyway, you need to sort this out. I mean, I feel like you didn't really follow the tutorial on this one. It seems like you just kind of went your own way, and as a result, the head's a little bit of a mess. I just think you need to kind of spread those things those edges back out and try to get them to be quads again. I mean, honestly, I would just do it again and follow the tutorial from scratch, but that's okay. Gloves look kind of unnecessarily dense, but maybe there's some overlapping intersecting edges here. Looks like you could clean up this area a bit. Maybe if you take that and do a surfaces, scope, geometry tool, options, flood, smooth, and then flood a few times. Maybe that would help you sort it out a little bit. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. I just think you have way too many edges here. Do you still have your history on one of these? So we could take out the last smooth. No, there's a lot of extrudes. At some point, I think maybe you smoothed it or something. It got very dense, which makes it harder to fix. But yeah, I mean, you could take out some of these rows. Pants look okay, I think. Boots are alright. Maybe a little bit more shape to them. They're kind of very much a cylinder. Be good if there was a little bit more of a gap between these two. Okay. Yeah, I mean, overall it's looking alright. I might redo the head, personally.